in Isaiah 65, chapter 20, verse 20, the context here is a new heavens and earth. So this is in the new heavens and earth, where we see that those who are called son of 100 years, he will die. But they'll fulfill their days. So that's what this verse is saying. Not will come to be from there a new heavens and earth anymore, a little child of days, nor an old one who will not fulfill his days. Meaning little children won't die young. They'll reach the 100 years. And then as a young man, as a son of 100 years, he will die. And these, namely, are called failing one and cursed. So, and the failing one as a son of 100 years, he will be cursed. They're failing, they're cursed, but they will live 100 years as a human, basically. Better than what we have now. Because when we get old, we get all wrinkly and stiff and can't walk good anymore and whatever. And the context of these in the New Testament are the left named of Matthew 25:41. You having been cursed, where this is the judgment that they will go into at the conclusion of the present heavens and earth, where Isaiah 65:20 is the outcome, where they will forfeit Aeonian or eternal life. Jump down to the last verse here. They are into Aeonian discipline or punishment, which outcome is not Aeonian life, but a son of 100 years, and then he will die as a failing one. So the Aeonian fire is not an eternal fire. It concludes the present eon or heavens and earth. So it's an Aeonian fire judgment, which the Aeonian fire judgment is so-called hell. More accurately translated, Gehenna of the fire, which is a judgment. How should you flee from the judgment of the Gehenna? And the goal of judgment is always to set and restore right in the one being judged. Where again, the outcome of this judgment designates them as the failing one, cursed, son of 100 years, and he will die, because death is not made down unworking in them. The one having the holding power or the ability of the death, this is the diabolos, which concerning the left named is that prepared for the diabolos and his angels, and the left named, the death, which Jesus also terms the Aeonian failure in Mark 3:29. This is the only verse where we find this liability of the Aeonian failure, which is the liability of the Gehenna of the fire judgment, the Aeonian fire, which has an outcome right here, Isaiah 65:20. The failing one, according to the Aeonian failure, who are cursed. Now, if you go to the next chapter and go to the conclusion, here we are again in a new heavens and earth. Where does it say that? Right here. Where it says, and so will stand your seed and your name, which brings us back to Matthew 25:41. Where here, if you look up this word in the Greek here, left, it's from euanimos. And the you part of this word means well. And then the stem of the word is from the word anoma. I wonder if it tells you here. You, good, well, and anoma, meaning name. This is why the Devar translation translates it left hyphen named, where the word named is the emphasis. The word left is just in italics because the word literally means well named. So again, Isaiah 66:22, new heavens and earth, and so will stand your seed and your name are human beings of flesh and blood here, because it says here, so will come all flesh, and they will throw themselves honoringly down before my face. Where the conclusionary verse here reveals some profound truths concerning the worm of them, which the worm of the manful ones here are referring to the fallen angels, who are mingling with the seed of human beings according to this transgression here. So the worm of them, which actually this verse is quoted in Mark 9:48, is not referring to human beings, the all flesh here. It's referring to the offspring of fallen angels mixing with human. Their worm will not die. Where a son of 100 years, back here, whose flesh, verse 20, he will die.